Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarn Joy Podcast, episode number 54. Welcome. I have just one set of finished objects for this week, but I do have quite a few works in progress, as always, and some upcoming projects I want to talk about, and a few acquisitions. So let's get started. Okay, so for my finished objects, I have another set of the 365 Days of Granny Squares project that I've been working through, following the YouTube tutorials by Nadia of Yarn Utopia. And last week I left off on square number 206. Okay, so continuing on, this is number 207 right here. And then we have number 208, this one. And then 209, that one. This one is 210. This one was fun to put together. And then we have number 211 right here. And the last one I did, 212. In fact, I just finished this one just a few minutes ago. So here you go. Okay, so that is all of my finished objects. I had quite a few finished objects last episode, in episode number 53. So this one, I just have those for my finished objects, but I have quite a few things that I've started. Okay, so that's all. So let's go into my works in progress. Okay, so for my works in progress, as you know, with the 365 Days of Granny Squares that I'm making, I am putting together blankets that I am then donating to Project Linus. And so as I'm can't talk today, as I have a set of the 6 squares done and I show you, then the next episode I put them together using my favorite Join As You Go method that I have a tutorial here on YouTube for. But anyway, so last week's, where is it? Oh, it's on this side now. Last week I had my second set of 6, and so I attached it to the other ones that I had put together. So now I have 12. I have 2 strips, 6 across, and I'm joining them with the Red Heart Super Saver color called Tea Leaf. So I think this is going to be a very pretty blanket. A lot of bright colors that I've picked out. So, well, pastel, semi-bright, I guess you'd say. Anyway, I think it's going to be pretty. Okay, so that was my second strip that I've put together. Okay, and then let's see. Going on, or moving on. Now, on my Instagram, I posted, I think it was day before yesterday, or yesterday, I can't remember. But I posted on Instagram and I believe on Facebook. But anyway, it was a little owl that I made, and I just said to tune in to today's episode, and you will see what I'm going to be doing with him. So I will show you that now. Okay, so I'll show you. This is the owl right there. Okay, and now this pattern is actually a coaster pattern. It's a tutorial here on YouTube, and it was. The tutorial is, let me see if I find the name of it. Okay, it is, I think I just searched for a pattern that was called a crochet owl coaster, I think. And I found a tutorial by Crafty Kim. Now, we'll link this video down below in the description box. But this is the one I followed, and she has it broke up into like 5 little video clips showing you how to put it together. And so I was able to follow her tutorial fine, and so that's how I made the owl. And so what I'm using for the owl is, if you see right above my head, back there above the wall, it's right above the pegboard over there, I was thinking it needs something up there, something. And so I kind of got the idea to do this from Krista of The Secret Yarnery, and I will link her channel below. Check her out. She's got awesome videos. And so I kind of got the idea for something she had done on her channel. And so I decided to kind of do something that I could fill in that space right up there. So what I did is I graphed out the letters and I made myself a banner that says yarn, let me get it, Yarn Joy. Hope you can read the letters. I found this, all I did was I Googled Pixel, I think Pixel Alphabet or something like that. On, I guess it was Pinterest, I can't remember, but I just Googled the letters, found the alphabet, and then I used my trusty graph paper that I've got, and I graphed out the letters here, okay, and then I kind of designed myself a pattern to do the corner to corner, just like I'm doing the Christmas squares. And so what I did is I first made the owl so I could get the height that I needed, and then I I took some of my Christmas squares of what I've been doing, and I held this up, or put it on top of the square, and then count how many squares it was to figure out kind of my gauge on how big this was turning out. And then I kind of went from there. I found some letters. I believe it ended up being about 10 squares tall or something like that. And so I found some letters that were 10 squares tall. I think these are 10 by 8, I think. And so that way I thought it would be similar in size. And so my dear husband is going to attach it up there on the wall, so then you can see this above my head. Anyway, it was a fun project. I whipped this up. I guess I'm so used to doing the, I'm pointing to it. It's over there, and you can't even see it, and I'm pointing to it. Sorry. The Christmas squares that are corner to corner that I've gotten so not good, but quick, I guess, is putting them together. So this banner, I think I did it in maybe 2 days. Got all the letters whipped out. Wasn't hard because it was just the 2 colors. And then, like I said, the owl, I just have it pinned right now. I need to get it stitched on there. And then I might do maybe one little border of white or something all the way around, like with single crochets or something to finish off the edges maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, and then I'll get my husband to put it up there on the wall. So next week it should be up there. So it's kind of finished object because I've done the crocheting part, but I haven't quite got everything stitched together yet. So it's still technically works in progress. So anyway, on to more works in progress. I started now last episode I had finished another one of my Christmas gifts, and so I wanted to start another one. And so this one is another blanket, and I'm not going to say who it's for, but it will be a Christmas gift, which is meeting some of my goals, my crafty goals that I had set up, where I wanted to get Christmas gifts done early this year, to start super early. So this is a blanket. I'm about to lose a stitch. Let me pull it out here before it pulls through. Okay. This also qualifies for a Stitch Your Library, the Stitch Your Library group that I belong to on Facebook, because this is a pattern that I had already in my library. I'll show it to you right quick. It's in this book right here. It's called Afghans for All Seasons, and it's quite an old book. It's by I think it's I want to say Leisure Arts, but anyway, it's called the Stitch Sampler, and here is the pattern right there. And it's reminds me of kind of like the Around the Bases blanket that I did, except that it starts from the very beginning and you follow it off. With the Around the Bases blanket, you start with your own square that you want to use, and then you continue on with the stitches they give you to do after that. This one, of course, starts you from round 1, from the beginning. But anyway, here's mine. Now I'm doing this in mandala, I don't know, yarn, and it is the Lion Brand Mandala in the colorway Centaur, right there. Let's see. And I am almost, well, I've got this much of the first cake, and I have three more of these, so I'm thinking that'll be enough. Now, my plan for this, okay, is the fact that with this, it says, the pattern says it makes, it's going to make it a square that's 61 inches by 61, which is a good size. That's like 5 feet square blanket. But it calls for worsted weight yarn, and I'm doing it in the mandala, or mandala. Anyway, and it's a number 3, so it's equivalent to like a sport or a DK weight, I guess. And so I'm thinking that it's going to be smaller than what it says, because this one is done in worsted weight. So my idea is, what's good about this pattern, for one thing, is the fact that at the end of each row it gives you a stitch count, the stitches per side, what you're going to end up with. And so I'm going to go ahead and get toward the end on this, not quite to the end where the edging is, but you know, toward the end of the pattern, see how big it is. And then I was thinking, well, then like for example, I think there's, let's see, there are 81 rounds, okay, and I am on like round 20 something. No, I'm not. Wait, yes, no, 35. Sorry. Okay, so I'm on round 35, and so I'll say if I get to like round 77, you know, it says round 77, you're supposed to have a 187 stitches per side. Okay, so if I'm thinking, oh, well, I'm getting toward the end and it's not going to be quite big enough like I'm wanting it, okay, I was thinking that I will go to my, not mine, I'll go to the pattern, the Around the Bases blanket, okay, which is also a sampler blanket, and it also, at the end of each round, it gives you a stitch count. And it says, you know, by the end of this round, before you start the next round, you need to be a certain number of stitches. And they'll give you, I think it'll be multiples of a certain amount, okay? And then they'll give you like examples, maybe 5 or 6 numbers, and they're all multiples of that number, like multiples of 6 or something. And so then I'll go, say I'll go to round 78, is that what I said? No, 77, 187 stitches. And then I'll go over there and see, well, if I have 187 stitches, then I can start on row 20 or whatever. And then I'll continue on and kind of incorporate that with this pattern if I need to get it larger. Makes sense? Hope. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do with that, and I think it's going to turn out great. I'm really enjoying these kind of sample blankets with this yarn, because it changes color on its own, so you don't have to worry about planning out the color, which I like. Plus, you don't really get bored with the stitches, because each round or each several rows or whatever, you're doing something else. You know, it's a different stitch, and so it makes the project go really quick. I mean, I started this just last week, and I've already done, or like, you know, after I did my last video, so 4 or 5 days ago, I guess, and I've already done 35 rounds, okay? A lot of these rounds are single crochets in different sections, so that's why it's not as big as you'd think. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Okay, so that is Works in Progress number 3. Looking at my notes here. Okay, so Works in Progress number 4. I did show you this last week, and it is the robot organizer that you hang on the back of a car, the car seat, or in a child's room. You know, it's got pockets in it that you can put stuff in. Here's a picture of it. Okay, so I started this last week, and I had gotten almost to the end of the panel, this blue, the dark blue panel on the back there. And then I was thinking, well, this is kind of flimsy. How's this going to hang and not be curling up and all that? Well, I looked at the pattern again, and it's my own fault that I didn't read the pattern exactly right, but it said with doubled worsted weight yarn. And I just flew past that, and I didn't even think about it until later. I'm thinking, oh, doubled. Oh, they wanted me to hold 2 strands of yarn together while I was putting it together. So I had to rip out the whole entire thing. And then my husband, dear husband, he helped me, and we rolled up this yarn, and it was kind of irritating because things were getting tangled up. But I rolled it up because it was in a skein like you purchased it. You know, it's Red Heart Super Saver blue. And so I took it from the inside and the outside, the 2 ends together, and we wound it up into this huge ball, so it's double-stranded. And I started over. And so this is how much I got right here. And I think this is like row 22 or something like that. And I have to go to like 47 or something, and then get it wider on each side to make it the head part. Anyway, so I started over with it. So this is still works in progress. But I think it's going to be super cute when I get it done. So just keep working on it. It will be a Christmas gift as well. So, okay, so let's see. Next is, let's see. Oh, and then Jada and Stitches released her June installment of the calendar blanket. And so I got that section done on my blanket that's been growing since January, because she releases a section each month. And so here's my blanket so far. I've got, this is I guess the halfway mark. It's got from January to June, so it's like 6 sections. Okay, and this top section, this is the one I did to this one. I'll put my hand back here, maybe you can see kinda here. No, I don't know. Anyway, it was a really quick stitch, wasn't hard to put together. And I'm repeating the colors. See, I started with the green, and I went to purple, and then that's yellow, pink, and now green, and now purple. And so the next one will be the yellow that I will put on the next section. And then I have white right there separating each section, each stitch pattern. So that one is done for June, and so I won't be working on this until she releases the July section, which would be the first Friday in July. She will release the next section. And I'm doing these, I believe all of them, well, it's baby yarn, a number 3 weight, which is like DK or Sport. And the majority of them, I don't think they all are, but I think the majority is Bernat Softy Baby. Okay, and then I think maybe the purple is not. I think the purple is actually a Red Heart, I think it's called Baby Steps or something like that, but it's a baby yarn, same weight as the Bernat, and I thought that the color, the hue of the color went well with these other ones. So it was some stuff I had in my stash already. So getting a little bit slim on the purple, so I'm hoping that I won't run out, because I'll have one more purple section to do, I believe, because there's 12 sections. I have 4 colors, so each one will be repeated 3 times. Yeah. Okay, so that one is done for now until the next section is released. Okay, and then that's all my works in progress, I think. All that I've worked on. Okay, for this past week. Okay. Now upcoming, I have the next installment of my Christmas character blanket, the corner to corner, or the Grafgan that I am doing, hosting, I guess. This is a pattern from Sarah Zimmerman of Repeat Crafter Me, and so the next square that I'm going to be doing, now on the blanket, if I can find it right quick. Now I've got a picture of it. There, okay, so on the blanket, I have done the top row, and the elf right there in the middle I finished. That was the last one that I did. So the next one is this gingerbread man. It's supposed to be, but I decided instead of doing the gingerbread man, I'm going to use another pattern that she's got and substitute it. And so I've decided to do the candy cane square, this one. And so this is the one I will be starting. Well, I need to go ahead and do it because I've got the other 2 sampler blankets that I'm doing each month. I got those taken care of. So now I got to do this one because this is now in June. And so this will be the 6th square that I will be starting. Okay. So that one is upcoming. I'm sure I'll be starting it within a few days. So I'll show you some progress on it next week. And let's see. Now, a few weeks ago, I showed you that I was doing, and it's another Christmas gift, and it is the Mo of Change blanket. And this one is the one that I remember I told you that the girl that I'm doing it for, my niece, she has pink and grays in her bedroom. And so I was looking for, well, I was looking actually for the cake, like the mandala, with that colorway in it. The closest one I could get was unicorn, but the gray in that is not really gray. It's more of a, almost a bluish gray. You know, it wasn't really what I was looking for that particular project. And the pink is like really kind of a dark pink instead of a lighter pink. But anyway, so I tried to put together my own thing because I couldn't find what I was looking for with those 2 colors. And so I had shown it before. I had bought a baby pink color in the Bernat Sport, Baby Sport, and also the ice cream scoop. Let's see, I've got it here on the shelf. This one, which is called Cookies and Cream. See, it's got the gray and the white. But I was having to do the color changes myself and kind of design where the colors were changing. And this is the pattern I was going to do, this Mo of Change blanket by Frank O. Randall. Yeah. And doing it in this small yarn, which is really, that's what it calls for. But the blanket was only going to be 48 inches, something like that, the circle. And so then I went ahead and bought, because that's a free pattern, then I bought the updated, it's called Mo of Change, and it was the one that kind of makes it into a rectangle, takes the square, takes the circle and enlarges it and gets the squares out the sides or whatever and makes a rectangle. So that was my plan to do that. Well, the good thing about using the mandala yarn is you can kind of just let it flow and you don't have to worry about figuring out where you want to change colors to make it look good, you know, because you going along and then when you're trying to design, you're making the pattern and designing it, the color changes yourself as you go. To me, it's kind of stressful because you're thinking, oh, you go along, you think it's going to look good, and then you're thinking, oh no, I think I should have changed colors here, and then you think, oh, I should rip this section out. Oh, but I don't want to rip this section out, you know, and you kind of go back and forth. And so I was kind of avoiding working on it again. Well, I think I solved my dilemma. So, because I'll go ahead and go on to, I can go to my acquisitions now because I had to go to Joann's to get some more purple yarn for the Christmas blanket square, the next one I'm doing. And so I happened to, well, of course I was looking at the other yarns too, and I was looking at they had the Premier Sweet Roll yarn cakes. And so I was looking and I happened to find this colorway. Oh, it's coming out. Now the purple, the pink, that's not purple. The pink is, it's dark, you know, it's not baby pink, but I think it'll work well. And it's got the gray and the white. And so I'm really liking this. And I won't have to worry about changing colors. I can kind of let it go where it's going to go, you know. I think that's going to work out well. And bonus, this is a number 4 yarn. This is worsted weight. I think it's worsted weight. Am I right? Yes. Worsted weight yarn. Oh, and this is called Bubble Pop. Okay. So I went ahead and bought all that they had. They had 5. I bought 5 of them. And so I'm going to do a do-over on that Mo of Change. And I'm thinking, since this is a worsted weight, that if I just do the circle part, the first part, because that's my favorite part of the pattern, if I just do the circle part, okay, and I'm doing it with worsted weight instead of, he did it with the mandala, the number 3 weight, which is the DK. If I do it with worsted, it's going to turn out bigger, and it may be a really good size. It may be the size that I need. So I'm going to go with that. And the yarn that I bought, this yarn, and the pink, I'll just use it in a different project. I hadn't gotten that far on the blanket anyway. I think maybe I had gotten to like around 14, 15, something like that. And the pattern is fun, but I didn't like the fact that I was having to think ahead as far as where I wanted to change colors. I just want to do the pattern and not worry that much about what the colors are doing. Now, the bigger it gets, I may have to cut and splice some of them if I want to get that round finish with a certain part of it with some of the other rolls. But I don't think it's going to be, I mean, it's not near as hard as trying to plan out the way I was doing it. And I think it'll be much less, sorry, much less stress. Okay, let me get a drink of water. Okay, so I got 5 of these, and so I'm really anxious to get it started now. I think it's going to work out well, okay? So I got 5. Let me get that out of the sack, and I'll show you what else I got, okay? And then, another upcoming project I'm excited about is last summer is one of my very first videos, and I was doing a big project. I don't have him because he was a birthday gift from my son, my older son, and I did a big Donkey Kong. I'm sure everybody remembers my experience with Donkey Kong. Well, I found a pattern for Diddy Kong, and so I went and got the same colors because I looked up a picture of Donkey and Diddy Kong, and even though Donkey is an ape and Diddy is a monkey, they have the same colors, you know, the same shades, and so I wanted to get the same colors that I used for Donkey Kong, which is coffee, yes, in Red Heart Super Saver. And then I really liked this for his face and his hands, which is Vanna's Choice in Fisherman, okay? And I already have some of this, so I just got one more skein of it, just picked it up just to have a backup. You know, I can always get more. It's pretty standard colors. Okay, so I'm anxious. I don't have it on my phone right now because it's not something I've started yet, but I'll have a link to the pattern below, and so then you can check it out. And of course, I will, when I get started on the project, I will definitely have a picture of it. But what's also exciting, I think, is the fact that the person that did this Diddy Kong also has a picture when she was showing pictures of her finished projects. She's got Dixie Kong as well, and I was like, oh, I want to do Dixie Kong too. It'd be really cute because they'd be all together. And but she didn't have the pattern, and so I contacted the designer, and she said she was still working on the pattern and hadn't been tested. So I also asked her, or I didn't ask, well, I volunteered. I just said that if you need a tester to test the pattern once you get it ready, please let me know. I'd love to test it. So I'm hoping that once I get the Diddy Kong put together, that she will also be ready with the Dixie Kong, because I would really love to do them all together and have it with my Donkey Kong that I made. Well, my son has got him. So anyway, exciting. Really cute pattern. I think it's cute. Okay, so let's see, what other yarn? They had their Red Heart Super Saver on sale for like $2.79 a skein, and so I went ahead and perused around and I found this. Now, I've never used this before. It's the Red Heart Super Saver stripes, okay? And I found these two. They only had 2 of them. It is the same, it's just that they're wound different, but it is the retro stripe, and I really like the colorway. It's got pink and orange, and it kind of reminds me of sherbet colors. And anyway, I have a project for this, and this, if if I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do with it, it will be a Christmas gift, I think. Another Christmas gift. So that's exciting. And then, like I said, I did get the medium purple that I needed for my Christmas square. I picked that up. And the only other thing, sorry for the rustling of the sack. Hopefully it don't fall off. The only thing I got was I got some planner stickers for a notebook that I'm setting up for this next year for my homeschool. Homeschool. So I got the teacher one and the mom one. They had them on sale, so it wasn't too bad. Like I said, I saved maybe, they were about $6 off, something like that, 30% off. So anyway, I'm anxious to set up my planner. I think these stickers will be fun. This is a household one, and this is, like I said, a teacher one that's got stickers that say test and quiz and, you know, stuff like that, having to do with school for my homeschool stuff. So I got those two. So I'll be having fun with all those stickers. Okay, so let's see. I think that is it of the of my acquisitions. I do have some other things that I've ordered, but they haven't come in yet. I checked one, and it's coming in today. Sometimes said it's on the truck, but it hasn't gotten here yet. So it's some more mandala yarn. I had an order from jet.com, and somebody had a link to show on Facebook to it, saying that the mandala yarn was on sale. Well, I don't know on sale, but their price for the Lion Brand mandala yarn was $3.78. And of course, if you order so much, then you get free shipping. Well, in my Walmarts here, the cheapest I've ever found mandala is $3.98. It used to be $4.98, and they've dropped it down like $1, $3.98. Plus, I don't have that many colors in the Walmarts that are around here by me. Just mainly the basic 4 or 5 colors of the original colors. And I was really looking for a couple of colors. They are the original colors, but I couldn't find them, or if I do, I might find one lone one, and or none of them at all. But I was looking for the color Wizard and Thunderbird, and I couldn't find it, and so anywhere Walmart that was convenient to me, and so I went on to the Walmart.com to order it, and it was $3.78. It was the same as getting it from Jet. And so since I was ordering some other things too to get the free shipping, I went ahead and ordered from them. And I did get one extra Centaur, which is this one, and it came in separate all by itself. But the other ones I ordered, like I said, Wizard and Thunderbird, they haven't come in yet. They're coming in today. But then I ordered some other things, some crochet notions that I've been wanting to try. A Susan Bates hook. Everybody talks about Susan Bates hooks being so great, and I don't have a Susan Bates hook. I have boy hooks, and then I have Clover, which I really love. But I really wanted to try at least one Susan Bates hook. And so they had the Susan Bates hooks. I don't remember how much they were. But I just got one single one in, I think it's an H hook. And it's got like a wood handle, like a bamboo handle on it. I've seen some people use those, and they said they liked them really well. And so I ordered that. And then I ordered a few other little things. So when they come in, they're all coming in these like separate shipments. But when they come in, I'll show you, and I'll review them and see how, tell you how I like them. So anyway, that's it. And upcoming videos, I have a second quarter update video on my crafty goals. That will be at the end of this month, June, which is the end of the second quarter. So I will do a video showing you how I've done on my goals at that time. So that's upcoming in a few weeks. The tip video I've been talking about, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. It may end up being pretty short, so I might just work it into one of my video episodes, or I might just do a little short video, but I haven't done it yet, so I guess that's still upcoming. So anyway, I think that is it that I was wanting to tell you. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. It's really jumping up there. I'm almost, let's see, last week I think I was at like 937, and I checked it a while ago, and now I'm at 973. And so that was a pretty big jump just from last week. Almost to the 1,000 mark. Thank you so much to the ones that have subscribed to me just recently, and those that have been with me from the beginning. It's been 1 year that I've been doing videos, and I'm just having a great time, and I just love all the people that I'm meeting and all the wonderful comments that I'm getting. It's just really, I don't know, it's just exciting, and I'm just overwhelmed, I guess, with the number of subscribers that I've gotten. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I make weekly videos showing the project, all these different projects that I'm working on, and show you when I've got them finished and my progress and the fails and the good things that happen with them and everything. And I do put out tutorials from here and there. I've got another one kind of in the works, or not, well, I haven't started it, but I've kind of gotten an idea. I have contacted the designer to get permission to do it. This one is just going to be a square, but I think it's a really nice square. I'm still waiting to hear back from her. Haven't heard from her yet, so we'll see if I'm able to do that, and I'll do a tutorial on it. So I'm excited about that. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And for those of you that are watching me, then please hit the like button below and the thumbs up if you like the video. I hope you do. And that will get my videos out even more. Share them, you know. Like I said, I just really enjoy meeting people, and I just have so much fun making these videos. Okay, so I think that's it. I've rambled on enough, I guess, for this week. So please check back next week and follow my progress on all these things that I've done. And I hope everybody is staying cool. If you're in summer, if you're in, for my friends down under, like Lee, hi Lee, and Taylor, hello Taylor. I know that y'all are going into winter now, so I'll just say for y'all, you just tell them Southern, to stay warm, and for those who are in hot climates, stay cool. So everybody have a great weekend, and you will see me, you will see me next week. Talk to you later. Bye.